Jay, you're a piece of shit. A piece of shit. Oh, Jay, you suck.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Talkin to Myself. I'm your host, Jake Letizia. And how are you doing? This is the podcast where I talk to myself for about an hour and you listen and hopefully laugh and enjoy some mental relief from your fucking life. Yeah, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing? We did it. This is episode 22, and guess what? This camera that you're seeing my face on, if you're watching the YouTube version, this camera that you're seeing my fucking slightly tanned because of being outside in the 100-degree weather face, this camera is showing me in clear 1080p. I think that's what I export to because I own this camera. Do you know what I'm saying? Are the things I'm saying right now making any sense? Are the sentences I'm stringing together coherent because I've only slept 4 hours a night for the past, 30 days? Is there a single word that I'm going to say this week that will make any fucking sense? Who knows? What I'm saying is I got a camera, my guy, and you're looking at me on that camera right now, and I'm so fucking excited because guess what? I don't have to schedule shit with anyone else to film things anymore. I can just film shit whenever I goddamn please. And that is a huge fucking mental stress lifted off of my back. And I'm very happy about it because it means that I'm going to be able to make not just more podcasts more easily for you guys, or make this podcast more easily for you guys. I don't know if I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do this one. But I'm also going to start making a lot of goddamn video content that I hope you guys will enjoy. A lot of funny film shit. So to speak. Anyway, I'm rambling right now. I don't know what's going on. But let's just fucking hang out right now. My feet are all fucked up right now because I am dumb. I don't know. I think I'm dumb because I don't I buy the same pair of shoes every year. They're Rockport shoes because I'm a fancy man, or I'm a bullshit fancy man. I feel like Rockport is the expensive for someone who doesn't have a lot of money, but not expensive enough if you do have money. You know what I'm saying? It's like the middle of the road. I'm kind of wearing a nice shoe, but not really. It's a fucking Rockport. I have those shoes that I buy every year. I buy a pair of black Rockport boots, and I wear them year round. And people think I'm a psychopath because I wear boots in the summer, especially right now when it's 105 degrees out, and everyone's like, hey man, why are you wearing black pants every day with black boots? You're weird. It's summer weather. Get some flip-flops and shorts. How about no, dude? How about I will never wear flip-flops and shorts unless I'm at the beach, and then I'm doing it begrudgingly just because I'm not going to wear boots in sand. Would I do it if people wouldn't give me shit? Probably. Have I done it before? Absolutely. I've worn boots on the beach before and just said, hey, I don't care if you think it's weird. I'm not wearing flip-flops. Flip-flops are fucking uncomfortable, dude. I don't understand how to walk with flip-flops. Okay? I don't understand it. It always feels like they're off my feet. And I understand that's the purpose. They're supposed to flip and flop. But who wants their shoes half falling off of the bottom of their feet constantly? That's not a good feeling. Flip-flops are the only type of attire where it's acceptable that the item of attire is falling off of you every step you take. Imagine if you had on-off pants. What would they call those? Flimsies? Imagine if there were pants called flimsies, and every step you took, they fell halfway down your ass, and then with the next step, they went fully on your ass, so it's just constantly on and off your ass. What? No, dude, no one would buy that item because it'd be stupid as fuck. Same reason why I don't like flip-flops. I don't want shit falling halfway off and falling back on to my body. Anyway, so I buy this pair of Rockport boots every year, and I wear them literally until there are calluses on my feet. There are calluses on my feet right now. I would show you guys, but I don't want to gross you the fuck out. Also, anytime you show feet in anything ever now, it just automatically becomes porn. Did you guys know that? If you show your bare feet in any sort of video, it doesn't matter what platform, Instagram, YouTube, whatever the fuck, Facebook Live, if your bare feet show up in something, someone is jerking off to them. Someone somewhere, even if your feet are awful, they're like, ooh, I like the look of those bunions. I wonder how they taste. Let me pull my dick out. That's what some weird fucking perverted guy is doing right now if my feet were on camera. I don't have that many listeners to this podcast. I would have 70 more listeners if I showed my bunions on my feet right. Well, not bunions. If I showed my calluses on my feet right now, because some weird fucker would be like, "Holy shit, I got new shit to jerk off to." Jerk off content is really the pioneer of the internet. If you want to get any sort of views, just have something that somehow can become erotic and gross. I have a video to my web series called Things That Don't. My web series is called Things That Don't Matter, by the way, if you haven't seen it. But I have a video called Nose Pick, and it's got a lot of views on it, the most of any other episode. And for a while, I thought, oh, it's just because it's funny. Then I realized I think it's popular because that's apparently a fetish, watching people pick their nose. I didn't know that was a fucking weird goddamn thing to jerk off to. Is there anything that people don't jerk off to now? I feel like now more than ever there are more things being jerked off to now than there ever has been in society ever. Every single day, I feel like I hear a new weird, hey, some people are getting off to Skittles? It's like, what? Yeah, some people get really aroused by the way they draw the S's on the Skittles, and they just come immediately upon seeing them. What? Hey, you ever hear of a mukbang? It's where people eat giant shellfish, and people say it's for, people who can't eat a lot or used to eat a lot, or people who want to watch their figure, but they want to have the satisfaction of seeing someone pig out. That's why people watch it. Oh yeah, that's the only reason? Well, yeah, also people jerk off to it. Oh, cool, dude. It's fucked up. I understand that. But it is what it is, man. Dude, people don't want to talk about this because it's very dark and it's not fun to think about, but every single YouTube kid is being viewed inappropriately by some piece of shit. It's true. If you have a family channel, if you expose your kid to the world in any sort of way, someone's going to be gross about it. That's just true. You see these fucking people, you see these 12-year-old kids. I shot this music video, or I did this music video. I worked on this music video that there was this girl on the video who had 50,000 Instagram followers. 50,000. And she's 14 years old. What the fuck are grown men doing following a 14-year-old girl who just takes Instagram model pictures? What the fuck is going on, dude? Unfortunately, something disgusting is going on. I think that immediately upon following a 14-year-old child, you should be investigated by the FBI. I think immediately upon liking a photo of a girl who's 14 and there's a Instagram filter to make her look more attractive as a child, I think the moment you like a photo like that, the FBI should have a warrant into your home. That's what I think. If you follow anybody on Instagram, if you are above the age of 20 and you follow anyone who's under the age of 15 on Instagram, you need to be investigated by the FBI. Because I think your judgment is questionable at best. Anyway, I buy this pair of shoes every year. And I now have calluses on my fucking feet. And only now am I thinking, hey, I probably should buy new shoes. I'm not even going, I didn't even order them yet. It's not like I got a callus on my foot. Here, I have multiple holes on my shoes. I got to the point where I had to make sure I untied my shoes so that like the force of me kicking them off wouldn't rip the bottom of the shoe off. That's how fucking worn out they are. And none of these indicated, hey, Jake, go on the internet and buy a pair of shoes. It all just was me going like, well, I'll buy them soon. It's because I don't want to wait, dude. I don't want to fucking wait. I got to wait for this new pair. I got to be home for when it arrives. I hate fucking shipments, dude. I'm so paranoid. Every time this camera, when I bought this fucking camera, I was at work fucking petrified that it was going to get left out in the rain, that it was going to show up before I could get it, that it was going to be just fucking thrown into a truck and like the fucking UPS guy who hates his life was just going to be like, oh, I guess we got a camera, and fucking slam it into the back of the truck and just threw all the padding and all the cushion they put in the box. Still doesn't matter. They shattered the goddamn camera. Didn't buy a warranty for some reason. I did buy a warranty, but for some reason they're like, yeah, your warranty doesn't work for on-purpose UPS destruction. Fuck, dude. I don't know. So I'm gonna buy shoes now, but it's I don't know. I'm definitely a procrastinator when it comes to clothes. I just don't give a fuck. Nobody notices the holes in my shoes, so why get new ones? You know what I'm saying? But then you reach a point where the soles of the bottoms of your shoes are so worn out that there's no tread left, that literally you feel every toe hitting the pavement. Like, I am at the point where I might as well not be wearing fucking shoes. Okay? All I feel is sock against ground. It's basically, I feel a thin layer of rubber and the pavement. I can feel the heat from the pavement through my fucking shoe. And that's not good. I gotta get new boots because I'm not wearing fucking shoes. I have a pair of sneakers. Guess what? I don't wear them because they look dumb, okay? And I don't wear shorts because I look stupid in them, all right? If it were up to me, and I've done this before, I would wear long sleeves rolled up in the winter. You know why? Or in the summer, in the winter. Of course, I mean, that's what you wear them rolled down in the fucking winter because it's freezing. But I would wear long sleeves rolled up in the summer with black jeans because I look better in that kind of clothing, my man. And I feel more comfortable in that kind of clothing. Okay? You think I feel good in this fucking t-shirt right now? I don't. I hate all summer wear. It sucks. I don't feel I look good in it. I feel fucking just misshapen. I just feel strange, dude. I'm in that weird in-between where you can't, like, a medium is too tight on me and an XL and a large is kind of too big, so I just do the large because I'd rather have something a little too big than too tight. You know what I'm saying? I could get away with a medium, but then I would just be a different person. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't have the energy I have and wear a medium shirt. Do you know what I'm talking about? it would come off too aggressively that I'm trying to look in shape or look good, that when I say silly things, people would be like, hey, dude, are you trying to get fucked or make someone laugh? What are you doing, my man? Also, I like the surprise. Have I said this on the podcast? I like the surprise. I like wearing baggy shit like this because when I meet a lady, who's interested in me and I'm interested in her, and I take my shirt off, the same thing happens every time. The girl goes, "Oh, you look better." Oh, that's what your body looks like? Oh shit, that's pretty good. Because they assume I'm going to be flabbier than I am, and then the shirt comes off. They're like, "Oh, you kind of got some muscles. Oh, fucking sick, dude." As opposed to I wear a tight shirt and people are like, yeah, you're not quite cut the way I want you to be. You're not quite. I'd rather, lower someone's expectations and then surprise them with some with some good news than fucking raise their expectations and devastate them with some mediocrity. You know what I'm talking about? So, shoes, yeah. Oh man. Stand up. Stand up's a weird fucking beast, man. I did a show the other night in an apartment. And it was weird. It was my first time doing stand up in that. I mean, I've done stand up in very small spaces, but it was the first time I did it in someone's home. Or in someone's, I don't know if it was someone's home. It was an apartment. It was a traditional, it felt like someone lived there. And I don't know, it feels wrong. It doesn't feel good. It feels like there's some weird subconscious shit going on in your brain that makes you go, oh, I shouldn't be the only one speaking right now. This should be a back and forth always. It felt like when I'm saying things that sound like a bit in conversation and my friends think that I'm doing a bit I pre-wrote and they think I'm testing like a bit out on them, and they immediately shut down and don't laugh no matter if they think it's funny or not, because there's something in your body that goes, why are you trying to be a thing right now? Why are you trying to do some shit right now? I don't understand. Why don't you just talk to me like a fucking person? There's that feeling, even though we know it's a comedy show, we know that there's supposed to be one person talking, telling jokes. It's too close. It's too intimate. It's weird. And comedy can be very intimate, but there needs to be some sort of separation. There needs to be some sort of, this is the audience, and now here are the comedians, Because this felt more like, hey, we're all sitting and hanging out at a party, and then some of us are going to happen to be standing in front of us on a microphone and saying things. Like, it felt like, hey, let's have a couple friends try some shit out, I don't know. It was strange. I mean, it went fine. I don't know. Comedy is a weird thing where, like, you can think something goes fucking terrible, and then everyone afterwards is like, no, I mean, I liked it. And then you're like, or no, you had a good set. But then you're like, did I though? Did I have a... It didn't feel like that. I know you're saying that to me, but it felt fucking bad, dude. It felt like I wanted to kill myself. And I'm not dissing. I had a great time on the show. It was awesome. I would do it again. I love the people involved in it. I thought everyone on the show was fucking hilarious. But it was weird, man. It was weird. It was uncomfortable. I was like, what is going on? I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes you just get an audience that smiles more than laughs, So you're like, is this funny, or do you guys just not laugh that much? I'm not trying to shit on this audience. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just trying to be honest. This just was in my head a little bit today because I did it last night. Also, dude, it was like a fucking sauna in this goddamn apartment. And it was fine in the beginning, but then what happened was more people kept showing up, and by the time there were 30 fucking people packed in this tiny apartment, it was a goddamn sauna. And that might have been a thing too. I felt like people were too hot to enjoy themselves. I was so fucking sweaty and dying that I was like, I need to breathe before I laugh. I need to conserve my breath so I don't pass the fuck out. But yeah, I don't know. It was a good show though. It was fun. It was definitely fun. And then we transitioned to like a party with bands on the roof, and it was fucking dope. I really liked it. I would love to do it again. So who knows? Maybe I'll be on the next one. Come out. It'll be fun. Come out. I got a show August 4th, by the way. Just plug this in the middle of the fucking show for no reason. No one's going to even hear this part. Everyone turns off after 5 fucking minutes of this thing. Yeah, I got a show August 4th. Mine and Josh's show. Oh, I got a show this Monday, too. This Monday at Halyards in Brooklyn. You're Doing Amazing, Sweetie is the name of the show. I think it's at 7. But I got a show then, too. So if you guys want to see me do some live comedy, it'll be on my Instagram, too. So weird to plug on this podcast that not a lot of people listen. I guess it's not that weird because, you know, if everyone who listens to this podcast went to the show, it'd be a packed fucking show. So, you know, the internet inflates numbers, my man. If I did a 300-seat theater, that's fucking pretty packed, my man. 300 people? That's a lot of goddamn people. Anyway, just doing irritating voices on the mic. Anyway, just ruining your fucking eardrums. Hey, I'm so glad you guys are listening to the podcast. Want to hear me do some annoying shit? Oh, man. Driving to work right now, you're just like, what the fuck? Turning me down. Oh, I love the idea of someone like suddenly hearing me go high pitch and then shutting their volume all the way down. I love the idea of me doing a joke that makes somebody never listen to this again. I love the idea of upsetting someone so much by the dumb shit I say, because the shit I say is dumb as fuck. Someone hearing me say something so silly to me and to most people, but to them, it ruined their fucking day. Dude, that's funny. That's so funny. Saying something that ruins someone's day, that's hilarious. I love that. What are you doing? Why are you getting so mad? I don't understand. I don't know. Like, people get mad if you make fun of certain shit. Like, people shit on Eminem all the time, right? And people get angry about it. People get viciously angry. Like, you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Eminem's a god. What, like Eminem shits on every single person on the rap game, and then when someone disses Eminem, there are all these Eminem fans or Eminem stans or whatever the fuck that are like, dude, what the fuck you guys? He should be able to say what he wants, but don't you dare make fun of him. Like, you're allowed to make fun of him. I love Eminem. He's probably my favorite rapper of all time. I've talked about this on the podcast before. When people make fun of him and it's a good joke, I think it's funny. Chris D'Elia's impression of him was fucking awesome. So much so that he thought it was great. He thought it was fucking funny. That's a good thing, dude. I like that shit. I like when someone makes fun of something I love and it brings you to earth a little bit. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, not everyone likes the shit I like. We all like different things. You know? People need to be able to laugh at themselves, or else what are we doing? And this is not, I sound like a fucking dumbass. People need to laugh at themselves, you guys. I am the arbiter of all truth, okay? Let me hit you with some philosophy. Jokes are healing, and people need to laugh so that they can grow, okay? This is me, Jake the Philosophical Chameleon. No, it's like, oh my God, my phone's blowing the fuck up. Sorry, guys. It's like this. I've never met a person who couldn't laugh at themselves that wasn't a piece of shit. Okay? I've never met somebody who you like teased lovingly and they were like, "Don't what is that supposed to mean?" And then later I was like, "Oh, that person's cool as shit." It's usually somebody who, if you're like when somebody says something silly, like they say something in a silly voice. I don't know. Like if you say potatoes and somebody else say like patatis for whatever reason. And then you're like, patatis, yo, get some patatis. And the person, instead of laughing and goes, "Oh, I said something silly," they go, "What? What? Why are you always jumping down my throat? What? You're always making fun of how I talk." That person fucking sucks, okay? Because they can't take a joke. People make fun of me sometimes about being very loud or going like this with my hair and shit. You know, different things. Being neurotic. People make fun of me about shit, and you know what I do? I fucking laugh because I go, "Oh shit, I do that. Oh shit, that is weird. What am I doing?" If you can't laugh at yourself, then that means you don't think there's any room for growth. You know what I'm saying? Because when you laugh at your flaws, you're admitting to yourself that you have a flaw and realizing it and laughing because you're like, "Oh wow, I see that, and maybe I'll change it now." If someone makes fun of a flaw you have and then you go, "Hey, don't make fun of that," that's you going, "I don't have that flaw. I refuse to acknowledge that flaw, and I'm never gonna fucking change it." Like when somebody keeps making the same mistake. I'm trying to think of a good example of just like, what? Somebody today was. I'm trying to think of a good one. Just like people who. I'll think of a good one. I got 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm gonna think of a good example, and then in the next half, I'll fucking start it off with that. I'll fucking start the next half off with an amazing goddamn example of someone not being able to take a goddamn joke. See you in a bit. Guys, I am back and I have some good examples. One of them I've already spoke about on the podcast was my ex getting mad because I was teasing her for being basic. But you can go back to I don't know what the fuck. Go listen to all the podcasts and you'll hear that example. But I got a good example. Okay, so in high school is already a hard age to be self-aware because I've talked about this before. You're young, you don't understand life, your hormones are all fucked. You want to have sex with people, but you don't know how to talk to the opposite sex or the same sex. You don't know how to talk romantically to any human being, and yet you want to fuck people and you want to fight people, but then you can't fight people, and it's just like you're filled with all of this goddamn hyperbolic shit that's flowing through your body that you don't understand. Okay? So it's hard to be self-aware in high school, but at the same time, me and my friends in high school would make fun of each other and we would be at least a little bit self-aware. And there was this kid who, well, maybe this isn't a good example. I don't know. Anyway, but there was this kid who I liked, who I thought was a nice kid. I liked him and his friends, and they were younger than me. And they during recess or something, or during lunch, because it's just lunch, and then you can go outside after you eat if you want. It's an hour for lunch, whatever the fuck. What in high school for some reason, recess, the half-hour recess and the half-hour lunch get combined into 1 hour of lunch, where you can go smoke weed in the back, do cocaine in the bathroom, or just eat and then talk to your friends like I did. But if you want to be a cool guy, you gotta fucking do that blow in the bathroom, my man. A friend of mine, oh man. A friend of mine, he was like a good friend of mine, and then he kind of slowly became not that close of a friend of mine. But he got into the powder when he was in high school, because that's the kind of school I went to, a very white suburban high school. So everyone was doing heroin and cocaine. Not everybody, but a select few did it a lot. But this kid who I used to be good friends with, he's a nice kid. I mean, everyone does silly shit in high school. But I remember he started doing blow, and a friend of mine, he went to the bathroom, and he came back from the bathroom, and a friend of mine was like, yo, dude, you got some, and then he pointed at the kid's nose, and then apparently this kid was like, oh, shit, and he started wiping his nose, and he's like, can I go to the bathroom? To the teacher, and the teacher was like, sure, and he ran to the bathroom to make sure he didn't have fucking blow on his face. Hey, dude, know if you have blow on your face before you go back to class, you know what I'm saying? Hey, dude, there's a mirror in the bathroom. Use it. At the very least, use the reflection in the goddamn hand dryer, all right? Use something. If you do blow, carry a mirror with you. Don't you fucking cut lines on glass, right? We had iPhones in high school. Use the fucking selfie camera and see if you have cocaine on your face. Oh, let's go to class. Hey, dude, there's specks all over your nostrils, you fucking dummy. So, this kid was a nice boy. Not the kid I just talked about. Different kid, younger than me. He did scootering a lot, which, you know, there's an ultimate war between scooterers and skateboarders. Can't talk right now. And I was a skateboarder, and this guy was a scooterer. And, you know, now I don't, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, scootering's pretty legit. I don't know how to do that shit. I don't know how to do a fucking tail whip, 360 spin, fucking whatever the tricks are called. I don't know how to do a 180. No, I could do a 180. I could do a 180, a bunny hop, a wheelie, all the easy shit. But as soon as you started twirling the thing, didn't know how to fucking do it. But yeah, I like Oliver Tree, Scoot King, the Scoot God. But basically, this kid was a scooterer, and I just was like talking to him. Oh, you scoot? And he was like, yeah. And then I was like, oh, that's cool, man. I was like, you do some tail whips? And he's like, what? Yeah, I guess. I was like, oh, you do some tail whips, dude? You do some like tail whips off of fucking 3 stairs, dude? You fucking do some T-whips? Yeah, T-whip, dude. Yeah, T-whip, do some tail whips, bruh. And then his friends laughed, and then they started calling him T-Whip, and his nickname became T-Whip. Now, I didn't intend for that to happen. I just said some silly shit, and the kids around him decided, hey, man, that's a fun joke to continue. And guess what? That kid then hated my guts. He was like, fuck you. Dude, fuck you. Don't call me that. And I was like, why, dude? And I remember telling him, I was like, dude, I'm just calling you T-Whip. I looked at him and I was like, dude, I'm just calling you T-Whip. I'm not, I don't hate you, man. I like you. It's T-Whip. It's Cool Whip, but with a T and no cool, you're T-Whip, dude, because you do tail whips. How is this offending you? I don't understand how the fuck this is offending you. And he got really angry about it, and I hated that kid after that. I was like, this kid fucking sucks. And guess what? I found out that a lot of the people who... Well, no, that's not true. I don't know. At the time, I found out other people around him were like, yeah, he's a little sensitive. And everyone was annoyed by it. No one likes when your friend is fucking ultra... We're saying T-Whip because we love you, man. And then that's what happened, too. And then the funniest thing is, I ran into a friend of his at a party recently, right? And I don't even know why I'm talking about this. Oh, I guess self-awareness, whatever the fuck. Anyway, I went to this party, and the guy and one of his friends was there, and he's like, "Oh, what's up, Jake? Holy shit!" By the way, that's crazy when you meet people from high school that were younger than you now, and they have beards, and it's. I mean, maybe I'm new to getting older because I'm not that old, but I'm getting older. But it's strange. Their whole face is different, and it takes you like 3 seconds for you to recognize them and them to recognize you. And you realize that the two of you have lived totally different lives post-high school, but you still have a weird connection because of the high school. Because you're like, dude, we have the same childhood. Like, I know. It's weird. I don't know. Anyway, and his friend was like, yo, dude, want to say hi to T-Whip? Remember T-Whip? And then he does a Snapchat with me and was like, yo, what's up, T-Whip? And then I was like, oh, yeah, dude, what's up? I don't know if he likes that. So then and then that was the snap, was him going, what up, T-Whip? Me going, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to bum this kid out. Because at the time I felt, I was, I was like, fuck that kid. I was just kidding. But, years later, I was like, I feel bad. Now I feel bad for shit because I don't know if people knew I was joking. Now when I do stuff like that, I can be like, hey, man, I'm just kidding. Or it's not taken as seriously. But back then, the stakes are so high in high school that if I call someone T-Whip and that becomes their nickname, then they can't get out of it. It becomes their nickname for fucking life. And then I go, dude, does he like that? I don't want to make him mad. He didn't like it when I said it to him. And then he goes, oh no, dude, we talk about it all the time. Like it's a running joke. He thinks it's funny now. And I was like, oh shit, okay. All right, dude, that's cool. I don't know how this has to do with self-awareness. I don't know. I guess he became self-aware and they're like, oh, the kid was just fucking. I was just fucking around and I wasn't trying to actually hurt the kid's feelings. I was trying to actually like connect with him a little bit. I don't know. At the same time, maybe I'm just trying to justify me being shitty to somebody in high school. No, dude, I call him T-Whip. He's fucking cool with it. His friend confirmed it for me years later, dude. I was right. The kid should have been more self-aware. Fucking take a joke, bruh. Is that what I'm saying? I don't know. Nicknames are weird, man. Have I talked about nicknames on this fucking podcast? Me and my friends made so many nicknames for people so accidentally. So accidentally. There was this kid who came to track one day. He was this short kid, short, cute boy. And he came to track one day and he came in from the rain. And by the way, everyone came in from the rain. Or I guess a lot of us, I guess he was late to track that day, or like the distance runners went out and the sprinters stayed indoors. I don't know what happened, but a lot of us were in the gym and then he came in and his hair was wet. And my friend looks at him, he goes, oh, dude, looking moist. He goes, what's up, moist kid? And that became that kid's nickname till he graduated. Moist kid. Oh, what up, moist kid? And I could tell he fucking hated it. And I would resent it too because moist kid? Maybe these are bad examples because I'm saying like, oh, these kids should, we just saying it because it's funny. But I don't know. At the same time, it is fucking stupid as shit. Moist kid? Why did he not shoot all of us? That's dark, dude. Fucking that shit happens way too often nowadays. But what? No, why didn't he fucking fight all of us? Why didn't he punch one of us in the nose at the very least? You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's so stupid. But there were a lot of nicknames like that. That's how it worked. Close-knit community, man. A nickname happens and it sounds funny and people keep saying it. Matty Oaks. This kid's name, to this day, people still call him Matty Oaks. And I didn't even, my brother said it. My brother said Matty Oaks to him at track. And then my brother graduated and I just kept saying it. And then other people said it. And then this kid's name became Matty fucking Oaks. That shit's crazy. There's this kid who was exclusively called Baby Dick at my high school. That was his name, was Baby Dick. And I remember one time he got really pissed off because we were calling him Baby Dick. And I remember sitting him down and having a conversation with him where I was like, oh no, dude, we're not calling you Baby Dick because we think you have a baby dick. We're calling you Baby Dick because that's just your name. And he was like, oh, okay. And he weirdly calmed him down. And he was like, oh, and then he was cool with it forever. His name was Richard, so I guess we just started calling him Dick, and then that went to Baby Dick, and then I guess he had a mix-up at one point where he was like, wait, are you saying I have a baby dick? And I was the voice of reason, and was like, nah, man, you don't have a baby dick. I'm sure you got a nice dick, but you, as an identity, are Baby Dick. And he was like, oh, cool, dude. I just don't want people to think that I got a tiny penis. Oh, man. So fucking stupid, huh? Baby dick. That's so crazy. It's weird. It's weird. People who live their whole life with a last name as their name. No one really called me Letizia. Like maybe a couple older kids, but no, it didn't. It never really stuck. Maybe it's because I had other brothers. Also, I got called Letizia not because it became my name, but I got called Letizia in reference to my other brothers. I think because it was just like, oh, the Letizias. I don't know. I got called Letizia by like coaches and stuff, but I really got called Letizia. It was always a person of authority or a person older than me who called me Letizia. But as soon as someone got to know me, they switched to Jake really quick. Which is interesting. I don't know. But sometimes your last name's just fucking sick, so then that becomes your name. You know? I don't know. I don't want to get too into people's actual name. Now I'm getting into people's actual names. But I have a friend who we say his last name all the time. We call him by his last name because his fucking last name's dope. At least that's how I saw it. It just sounds cool. It's a fucking awesome last name. So we say it, dude. But he's trying to change it up. He's trying to get more people, like new people who meet him. He's trying to get them to call him by his first name. I get that. I get that, though. You know, you get to a certain age, you're like, I want to take control of my fucking name, my identity. You call me what I want to fucking be called. But yeah, dude, the worst is when people make their own nicknames for themselves. It never works. It never fucking works. The moment you make up your own nickname, everyone around you goes, hey, man, shut the fuck up. I talked about this on the other podcast. Cliff Bleszinski wanted to be called The Dude. Shut the fuck up. We called a kid Water. Have I talked about this before? Because he just flowed with everyone else. My friend made it up. I think I did talk about that. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, dude, call me the Sandwich Man. Hey, man, how about you never speak to me again? How about I call you the Sandwich Fuckface and I ram a sandwich down your throat and make you choke to death? So aggressive. I'm kidding, dude. I don't want to actually kill someone for calling themselves the Sandwich Man, but you know what? Maybe I do want to kill them. Maybe you should be killed if you're like, hey, call me the Sandwich Man. That's a pretty bad nickname. The nicknames are always terrible. Every time somebody wanted someone to call them a nickname, it's always fucking terrible. It's always like, hey, man, call me Blonsky, dude. Call you Blonsky? No, dude, I will not call you that. What the fuck is that? A cookie? Yeah, call me Blonskys, dude. Yo, this is me, Blonsky. Here's my friend Tagalong. No, dude, I'm not going to call you Blonsky. I'm going to call you stupid Cookie Man. I'm going to call you Cookie Fuck. Hey, dude, it's Cookie. See, that's the thing, though. Once somebody gives you a bad nickname that they want to be called, you come up with a good nickname pretty quick. If somebody came up to me and said, hey, dude, call me Blonsky, you'd be like, all right, Cookie. All right, Girl Scout, what's up, dude? How many boxes did you sell this year? How many boxes of you were sold to fucking old men who follow 14-year-old girl Instagrams? Yeah, you're fucking sick, Blonsky. Oh, you're going to call me by it? Nah, dude, I'm kidding. You're fucking Cookie. Shut up. I don't know, dude. I don't know. What else do I want to talk about? What else? I feel so free with this camera now, man. I really do. I just feel like there's no worry anymore. Cause I can just do this every fucking Saturday now. I can schedule this shit out. I don't have to do this podcast based on someone else's schedule. I just do it when I want to do it now. I don't know. It takes a lot of the edge off. Also, I don't have to worry about like it looking bad. I love this camera. It's gonna look fucking good. I can give you guys the quality content I want to give you guys. You know, it's good. I don't know. Anyway, I'm tired, dude. I'm so fucking tired. I talked about that a little bit last week. I'm getting the more I don't get sleep, I'm hitting certain stages. Like before, on the last podcast, I talked about how like getting 4 hours of sleep, it's really bad for your brain mentally. You don't remember a lot of shit. I keep forgetting. I mean, that's continued. I keep being more forgetful than usual, and I guess that makes sense. But I'm realizing that these past couple of weeks, I have been more angry than I've been probably since high school. I am so fucking angry. I've hit shit. Like I haven't punched the dashboard of a car since high school. I haven't punched the ceiling of a car since I got into a fight with my girlfriend over the phone and then I hung up, and I was in high school, like 17, punching the roof of my car. Like, I haven't acted like a juvenile delinquent like that since I was a juvenile delinquent. But recently, like, shit's going wrong, or not going wrong, it's just like people are driving poorly, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm mouthing like, you fucking idiots. Like, I'm getting so... Or I couldn't figure... Somebody called me while I was driving my car. And the music, fucked up. Because my phone was connected via a charging cable. So it's charging the phone, but also that's how you use music, right? So it's connected, and the music was playing. Then someone called me up, and then I was talking to them on the phone, and then I hung up, and then the music wouldn't play. And every time I adjusted the volume, it said it was the phone call volume, but I wasn't on a fucking phone call. I was trying to listen to music because the phone call had been ended, okay? And I keep pressing buttons. I press every possible button. I keep canceling the app, reopening it, playing. And every time I go to play, I'm like, it's going to work now. And then it doesn't work. And every time it doesn't work, I fucking go like, I surge with rage. Like, I'm getting so angry in a way that I haven't, like, usually when shit like that happens, I just wait and think and go, here's the solution. Or I just sit there and go, you know what? I won't listen to music. But since I haven't been sleeping, I need to listen to the music. I need to fucking get it to work. Because if I don't get it to work, then fuck whoever called me. Fuck the world. Fuck everything. Like, I was angry at the person for calling me because I couldn't get the car to work. It's not their fault. They called me for a legitimate reason. It was a fucking business thing. It was for work. It was for me receiving money that will help me eat food and not die. And yet I was like, fuck you. I would rather starve than you fuck up my music right now. Like, it didn't. And then finally, I calmed the fuck down. And I was like, wait a second, let me try and call somebody. So I called a number and then immediately hung up, and then the music started playing immediately. Literally the simplest fucking solution that I should have done right away. But my anger and my sleep deprivation prevented me from having enough sanity to fix it. And I'm really starting to think, like, that's why I was so angry in high school. And maybe that's why part of the viciousness of kids is that we don't let them sleep. I had to wake up at 6:30 or 6 o'clock or 6:30 every morning for high school. Why? Why? Or is that true? I think I had to be there at 6. Or school started at 7? Is that true? I feel like school started at 7 o'clock. Why the fuck does school start at 7 o'clock? School should start at 10 p.m. the earliest. And then have it go till 4 or 5 p.m. And then you get off. And then that's it. Why the fuck are you making these kids who are going to stay up till 2 in the morning because they're playing fucking video games all night? Or maybe they're doing academics. Maybe they're being good kids. You know what? I'm not going to define a good kid. If you're playing video games all night and it's a beneficial experience to you. Sorry, I just belched. And it's a beneficial experience. Then do it, dude. There's millionaires playing video games right now, all right? Video games is now a fucking career. Playing video games and having people go, that's how you beat that level? That's a fucking career now. So, fuck it. I just spit all over the goddamn mic. I'm very passionate about this. But what I'm saying is, I was so sleep deprived in high school that no wonder every time someone talked to me, I was like, fuck you! You know what I'm talking about? No wonder I didn't understand how to like anyone. I was too tired to hear someone speak to me. No wonder I was too nervous and didn't understand how to talk to girls. I was falling asleep while doing it. Frustration comes from sleep deprivation, man. For sure. For sure. And I can't wait to fucking catch some Z's, dude. I gotta get up so early tomorrow now. I gotta be there. I gotta get up at like 6 a.m. Fuck that, dude. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that. But I gotta, man. Gotta make some money. Gotta make some fucking cash. I don't know. What should I end on? I got a couple minutes left. This has been a fun one, man. Talk about high school. Talk about my shitty fucking feet or shoes, rather. Talking about comedy. Talking about self-awareness. Talking about pedophiles being pieces of shit. Talking about all the good stuff. I don't know why I'm doing a fucking recap right now. Probably because I don't know what the fuck to talk about, so I'm just want to fill the air with something. I just bumped the fucking mic. I always do that. I always bump this mic. You guys probably don't even notice, but it happens, dude. And it makes me feel weird. Every time my beard touches the foam of the windscreen, I feel like something just shocked my system. Yeah, I don't know. Had a good date the other day. It was good. I had a good date. I'm having another one tomorrow with the same girl. It's funny, dude. I've talked about this before, but like, yeah, it's interesting. Dating apps, man. What a douchey sentence. It's funny, dude. It's interesting dating apps, man. It's just like, it's so fucking wild. Why I just turned into a fucking weird millennial douche. Dude, this is me, the millennial douche. Fucking dating apps, like, it's not what you expect, bro. Dating apps are like, they just kind of happen, and then like, you meet this girl, and like, you're just looking to fuck, and then you're like, dude, she's chill. I might have to wife her. I might have to wife her. If you meet anyone who says, I might have to wife her, you might have to kill them. You might have to kill them immediately and then tell the parents, hey, I killed your kid. And they go, why? And you're like, well, your kid said shit like, I might have to wife her. And then they'll go, oh, yeah, okay. No, I've heard him say stuff like that too. I was thinking about killing him, but he's my kid, so that's kind of, a no-no. So I'm glad you did it, because somebody had to shut that fucking douchebag's mouth. I saw these two fucking kids in this deli that I've been going to for lunch. And they were literally, one of them had that fucking stupid chain on. It's so funny how, like, in suburban neighborhoods, the style doesn't change. Like, kids are still dressing like they're in the early 2000s. I guess some fucking styles never change. The jock, douchey looking style never changes. But this kid had the fucking curled out, kind of long hair. He looked like a mix between a skater and a pothead. Or what? A mix between a skater and a pothead. He looked between a mix between like a pothead skater and a jock. It was very strange. And his friend was this skinny fucking greasy haired kid with him. But they were talking like douchebags. And they were like, yeah, dude, and now I saw this thing. Oh, yeah, cool. No, yeah, and then, yeah, I was at Molly's house, and, yeah, no, I kind of like her. I don't know if she likes me. No, yeah. And the guy behind the counter was like, tuna melt? Tuna melt? I got chicken tuna melt? And then they both don't hear him for some reason, even though he's shouting at them. And then one of the kids slowly looks over, and then he looks at his friend, and then he looks at the guy again. The guy's continuing to say, tune him out. And the kid looks at his friend, like the friend's going to be like, yeah, pay for it, man. But he looks at the friend, and his friend just kind of looks at him like, I don't know what's happening. And then the kid slowly hands the card, unsure if that's a method of payment. And the guy takes the card and is like, that's it? And the kid's like, he looks at his friend again. And he's like, yeah, that's it. And then they both continue to talk like, yeah, dude, I got my tune amount now. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm trying to make JV. And I was like, if my kids sound like that, I'm going to disown them. I don't want to have, I'm afraid of having kids because what if they are those kids, you know? What do you do when your kids become those two douchebags? You can't disown your children, but you also can't force them to be someone they're not. But what do you do when you're faced with the fact that the kids that you have suck? I guess you love them, but then just, no, yeah, they're not the best, they're not people I would prefer hanging out with, but I do love them because they're my children. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk more about that on another podcast. The camera's about to run out of this take. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for listening. See you next week.
You're an idiot.